Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question was suggested by a viewer, thanks to Blairly Animated for this one. Amy controls a Felisa that has 1+1+1 counter on it, and she plays a Black Sun Zenith, choosing to put 4 -1/-1 counters on everything. What happens? Okay, so the first thing that I want to point out is that yes, Felisa will trigger on itself dying, and also any other creatures that happen to die at the same time as itself. I made a whole video about this. You can check it out in this link if you're interested in seeing exactly why that is. The second thing that we're going to need to know in order to answer this question is a little bit about how state-based actions work. Immediately after the Black Sun Zenith resolves, there's actually going to be two state-based actions that need to happen. One of them is of course for Felisa to die, because it has 0 or less toughness. The other is because it has +1/+1 counters and -1/-1 counters on it at the same time, the game is going to want to take 1+1 and 1-1 counter off of it. So when there are two state-based actions that both need to happen, they're going to happen simultaneously as part of the single game event. That's a little bit difficult for us because it makes it hard for us to know exactly how many counters the Felisa had on it when it died. Fortunately for us, there's a rule that covers this exact situation. As you can see, if a state-based action is going to cause a permanent to leave the battlefield at the same time as other state-based actions are performed, then when the game needs to look to see how many counters there was on it, it'll look at the situation immediately before any of the state-based actions were performed. That means that at that time, the Felisa had 1+1/+1 counter and 4 -1/-1 counters on it, so it'll give you a total of 5 Inkling tokens when that ability resolves. And that's just for itself. If Amy had any other creatures that died at the same time as Felisa, well, the 4 -1/-1 counters that Black Sun Zenith put onto those creatures would also put a bunch of other Inkling tokens into play for her side. Really interesting trick, and it's also important for you to know if you play some other formats. For example, if you have any modular creatures, then this same ruling is going to apply, and it's going to help you determine how many +1/+1 counters your modular creatures are going to be able to put on something if they die as a result of -1/-1 counters being put on them. I made a video that talked a little bit about that a while back, and you can check that one out too if you're interested in how that one would work. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again tomorrow for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.